Hello, this is Adam with DreamMade Productions. This video is made possible by the very kind donations of viewers like you. Thank you. If you are in a position to help this channel improve quality and grow, please visit my Patreon page at www.patreon.com/DreamMadeProductions, linked below. Hello! So, I thought I would continue our journey through my video game library and my story as it goes with collecting systems and games. Now, the next system that I acquired was the PlayStation 3. I remember when the PlayStation 3 was announced, how excited I was. Can't say I was in love with the boomerang controller that came out at E3, and they did a lot of good changing that up for the DualShock 3. I had a PlayStation 3 at one time. In fact, in theory, I had pre-ordered it. Not long after it was announced, I went to GameStop, talked to the guy behind the counter, and turned in a few games that I had gotten that actually, most of what I turned in I had actual duplicates of. Some were games that I was just never going to play again. And put down what I thought was a pre-order for a PlayStation 3 long before it ever came out. Well, it turns out that the guy wasn't supposed to do that, and when I trottled on in with my receipt on the night of release night, the guy looked at it and was like, yeah, no, this isn't from our special pre-orders that we took on one day and one day only. And I was like, but this was before that. And basically kept getting the runaround. We got to call corporate, you got to call this guy, you got to call this guy. Well, they kept me going in a circle for so long that eventually, I ended up throwing up my hands in the air and I never even got anything from it. But eventually I did go out and I bought a PlayStation 3. Now, I will put some caveats on this one. I call my favorite game systems of all time either the Super Nintendo or the PlayStation 2. And in those videos I gave my reasons as to why. Technically, you could, in theory, put the PlayStation 3 as my favorite. Now, there are a lot of asterisks with that. One of the reasons is because if you get a launch PlayStation 3 that actually works and you upgrade the hard drive, then you have an amazing console. You have a console that can play PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 3 games with perfect backwards compatibility, hard drive storage instead of memory cards, a great controller, and all in one package. And as I discussed in my PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 video, with the anthology games that came out, the collections, you get a lot of the older games too. So, yeah, if you kind of want to go and cheat a little bit, PlayStation 3, because of its backwards compatibility, if you have a launch PlayStation 3 and you've updated it some, and it still works and you still have it, yes, it can be probably the best game system ever made. But a lot of that's down to because you not only get the PlayStation 3 library, but the PlayStation 1 and 2 libraries too, so take from that what you will. Sadly, when I got my PlayStation 3, before everything went crazy, frankly, I ran into some financial trouble and I had to sell it, and I haven't picked up another one. I've been kicking it around. I've been meaning to get another one because there's some games in here I've never even played, and I do want to play them at some point. I was holding out for the PlayStation 5 Pro because I heard that there was going to be like an anniversary edition of it that would be fully backwards compatible. PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, all the way back to PlayStation 1. That didn't end up materializing, so it's gotten put on my back burner. Sooner or later, I'll go get one. Whether or not I'll get a launch one and have it modded with a better hard drive and replace those capacitors that can go bad, and I don't know. I'm just, right now, my focus is elsewhere. So, don't have a PlayStation 3 right now. Eventually I will. But I did keep my games, so let's take a look at some of them. So first up, we have the Mass Effect trilogy. This was the collection that came out. This was kind of a surprise because Mass Effect was somewhat owned by Microsoft. They had some kind of a deal with BioWare or EA or whoever they made the deal with, so for a long time it was exclusive. But eventually, us PlayStation people did get a collection. And what can I say? Mass Effect was awesome. I'll put a caveat on that I have not played all the way through 3 yet, and I haven't played Andromeda at all, but this collection seemed pretty cool. I think there's a few DLCs missing out of this. I don't think there's like a complete collection anywhere out there, and that includes even the new re-release of this. But hey, to finally have these on the PlayStation, it was awesome. Played through the first one, had a lot of fun. Played through the second one, thought it was almost a masterpiece. Started the third one, things came up, never got to finish it. But as you can see, got the collection and very happy with the collection. I will have to replay these at some point. Awesome game. Classic BioWare too. Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil fan, have been. Love the remakes, especially the Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil 1 remake, remaster, whatever you want to call it. The Resident Evil 2 remake was really good. Resident Evil 3 remake was fine. When this came out, got excited because, it was a co-op game. Was looking forward to playing through with my girlfriend at the time, and, well, that didn't work out so well. But I did play through the game, and, yeah, it's fine, I guess. By here, they were leaning into the, action-heavy kind of thing, set pieces. They were getting away from the survival horror, at least in my opinion. Still a fine video game, just didn't have the same feel as the early Resident Evil game. Let's see, we got a thing for Dark Void the game. And the manual in here. Let's flip through the manual real quick. I remember it being fun. It was okay. It got a little crazy at the end, but, it seems like all of them got crazy at the end. Oh, there we go. There's your old style PlayStation 3 there. I did like the co-op kind of feel of it, how you really had to kind of help each other, and that the AI for the second player wasn't completely useless, and it wasn't very useful, but at least it wasn't completely useless. It was just an okay game. I don't remember it being as good as the originals. It certainly wasn't as good as, the remakes that I've had a lot of fun with playing. This one could, I guess, go for a good remake, but you're not adding to it like you did by remaking, 0, 1, 2, and 3. I didn't even think 4 needed a remake so bad. I believe they're going to remake Code Veronica, which is one that should be remade. So, yeah, just, the CG movies. The live action movies, I've seen, I don't know, some of them. I don't even remember which ones. The first one I remember being okay, and then after that it got crazy. But the CG ones, yeah, if you're going to watch a Resident Evil movie, watch the old CG ones. You have to forgive some of the CG hasn't aged all that well, but it is much more faithful to the Resident Evil story than the movies, especially the later movies. It's god awful. So okay game, good to have in the collection. Resident Evil 6, yeah, in my opinion they had pretty much given up on the survival horror at this point. It's just an action game. It's fine, I guess, but this is really where I gave up on Resident Evil. I never even finished this game. I finished 5, but I never finished 6. Fallout 3. Such a good game. Game of the Year edition. GameStop exclusive. I wonder where I got this from. Yep, what can I say? Played all the way through this. Played all the way through all the DLCs. Had a blast with it. Made it most of the way through a second playthrough as the bad guy. You know, didn't do everything in the game as the bad guy, but played through that too. It was just an awesome game. There are some people out there that say that Fallout lost its soul when it went to Fallout 3 from, you know, the original Fallouts and Brotherhood of Steel and all that came out, you know, that was under Interplay, I want to say, before it came to Bethesda. I had played some of Fallout 1. I had played a very little bit of Fallout 2. And when Fallout 3 came out, I didn't go into it with the same hate and stuff there was at the time. This was sort of the golden age for Fallout for me. It was when it, you know, when it spoke to me the most. Let me put it that way. And going back and trying to play the original Fallouts now, I just don't have time. I don't have time for this either. But it was a magical time where I was old enough to appreciate it, but young enough that I had time to sit down and go through Fallout. So Fallout 3 for me holds a special place. Great game. Play it if you get the chance to. Here is where we get into the good stuff. Fallout New Vegas Ultimate Edition. What can I say? Everything Fallout 3 did, New Vegas did even better. The capital wastes were awesome, and I loved it, and I loved exploring them. Going to the Mojave and dealing with all of the decisions in this game was just amazing. Having all the factions that you could partner with. Were you going to fall in with the NCR? Were you going to fall in with Mr. House? Were you going to go the bad guy route and become a member of Caesar's Legion? Were you going to find Yes Man and take over New Vegas for yourself? Oh, it was just so many decisions and awesome things that you could do. This was absolute peak Fallout in my opinion. I know that'll upset the purists, but you know what? For me, I'm just speaking for myself here. There are people that are still playing and streaming this game all the time. All of the mods for PC. This is a lot of people's favorite version of Fallout. And it is just an awesome, awesome, awesome game. If you ever play a single Fallout game, play this game. Go into it, have fun with it, cherish your time with it, and you can put hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours. There is so much in this game that you can find. I'm sure that in my 2 full playthroughs and start of another that I only scratched the surface of what's in this game. All the different things you can find, all the different decisions that you can make. I mean, it's incredible what they managed to cram into this game. I can't sing its praises enough. If you've never played a Fallout game, what are you waiting for? But play New Vegas, man. XCOM Enemy Unknown. It's an XCOM game. I had played a little bit of XCOM 2, Enemies from the Deep. I never really got into XCOM back in the day. Played this game some. Unfortunately, it was when I was having trouble at work and, was kind of running out of time, and I never got to finish it. I remember it being just fun. Doing all of the research, confronting the aliens, it was just a fun game. Now, a lot of people love the tactical maneuvering and covering system of XCOM. It's been copied in various other games. I enjoyed it, what can I say? Don't expect a masterpiece from it, but if you get the chance to play it, play it. Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. Now, originally I had the normal version of this game. I picked this up later because I found it for normal price at a GameStop, and it was, as far as I can tell, complete in here, and so I picked it up. So when I first played this, I didn't have the DLC. I didn't have all the Sith options in it. It was fine. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a good game, but it just it didn't set well with me. By the time I got into this game, I had started reading the Star Wars novels, and a lot of what happened in here just wasn't as good as what I was reading in the novels. So yeah, it was fine. It didn't do anything terribly wrong. It didn't do anything super objectionable. It just felt very video game-ish. And the fact that they really pushed hard for this game to be canon when it didn't need to be canon. It just, well, parts of it to be made canon anyway. The origin of the Rebel Alliance symbol, for example, I didn't care for their version of it, but it was fine. It was okay. Some of the stuff isn't canon, some of the stuff is, at least as far as, the old canon, Legends, Expanded Universe, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it was okay. This one's fine to play. Go out and play it. I had a lot of fun playing it. I had more fun with the original Battlefront games, but this one was fine. It's a good solid C. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not super offensive. It's not super awesome. If you want to escape into Star Wars for a while, I just wouldn't consider a lot of events in here, even in the canon events, as to be canon. Just play it as a video game. Force Unleashed 2, honestly, I never finished this game. I think I played through the first level or two, and I played it back to back with Force Unleashed. So by the time I got to this game, I was kind of running low on my Force Unleashed tolerance, so I can't really give this one a fair shake. Some of the stuff that happened in the original one, like, pull down that destroyer. Yeah, no, asshole. By the time we got to Unleashed 2, they also cranked kind of the ridiculousness up to 11 in this one, and yeah, if you got a good solid C here from what I played of Force Unleashed 2, much of the same, just wasn't for me. Next up, we have the Metal Gear Solid collection. Got Metal Gear Solid 2, 3, and Peace Walker. You'll see a reoccurring theme with me of having like a ton of Metal Gear games. I think I've got now, how many copies of Metal Gear Solid 3? At least 3 copies of Metal Gear Solid 3. I've got 2 or three copies of Metal Gear Solid 2, and now, the consoleized version of Peace Walker. That's sort of the only reason to keep this around now with the collection that came out recently. What can I say? There's a reason I own multiple copies of the same damn game. Go play Metal Gear. Metal Gear Rising. Revengeance. Well, yeah. It's a game. It's not a Metal Gear game. Not really, in my opinion. It has more to do with Devil May Cry feel to it than Metal Gear. But what can I say? The memes that have come out of this game is worth it existing. I've never beaten this game. I think I played 15 minutes of it or something. Like I've never really played this game. So at some point I need to sit down and force myself to play it, but without it feeling like a Metal Gear game and me not liking Raiden all that much anyway. Yeah, okay. Metal Gear Solid 4. Oh. What can I say about this game? Man. The end of the series, at least chronologically. You know, just don't start with Metal Gear Solid 4. Start with Metal Gear Solid 3 or Metal Gear Solid or Metal Gear 1 for MSX. Don't start with this, you'll cheat yourself. But play a Metal Gear game and at some point build up to play this one. Final Fantasy 13. Okay, so this game gets a lot of hate. And it doesn't deserve it, sort of. This game got a terrible reputation when it came out, and it's not deserved. Let me put it that way. This game came out at the wrong time. Had this game been released when they said it was going to be released, I think this would be not a legendary Final Fantasy game, but it would certainly have been an accepted one. You see, this game was supposed to be, if not a launch title for the PS3, one of its early games. This game was supposed to come out, then Final Fantasy Versus 13, which eventually turned into 15. I'm not going to get into that entire story. That's a whole thing on its own. But had this game come out, either they originally started working on this as a PlayStation 2 game. Had it come out in its PlayStation 2 format, I think it would have done really well. Had it come out as a launch game or near launch game with the PlayStation 3, I think it still would have done a whole lot better. This was going up against stuff like Oblivion. That's why everyone said this was a hallway game. It was a single path. By the time they actually finished the game and got it out, because they went on so many side tangents of trying to force Lightning to be the new Cloud and to have this big multimedia, I don't even know what you call it, not universe, but where they were planning to have the game, movies, books, magazines. They even had Lightning doing fashion shows and stuff like that. They were trying as hard as they could to turn this into a big multimedia empire instead of just producing a good game and then having people pick it up. That was their biggest problem, and the series suffered for it. The game itself is fine. It's not the best Final Fantasy game. It's not the worst Final Fantasy game. Okay, it's far from the best Final Fantasy game, but it is definitely not the worst Final Fantasy game. The thing that I remember the most about playing through this game is having no fucking clue what the heck they were talking about. Now, you can keep your audience in the dark. That's a perfectly valid storytelling medium for the audience not to have all the information. But the audience should never have less information than the characters do. In this game, I was struggling with a lot of stuff, not knowing what the hell they were talking about. having to stop and look stuff up on the internet to know what terms meant. You know, it was frustrating. Fortunately, at the time, I was playing with somebody that had played through this game. My girlfriend at the time had played through this game, and she was there to go, oh, no, that's what this means. And I was like, how do you know that? And it's like, well, they explain it at the end of the game, but you're really supposed to go online and go to their website and look all this shit up. Simple stuff like terms they use that the characters understand and that you don't. And some of this game is piecing together what the hell's going on, and not in the characters are trying to solve the mystery. The characters know what's going on and you, the viewer, doesn't. So yeah, this game deserves some hate. I won't deny that. But it is not a horrible game. It just was not handled well, and it came out at the wrong time. They held on to it too much, trying to build an empire, and because of that, it crumbled. Devil May Cry 4. Well, I was very excited for this game. And what can I say? They pulled a bait and switch. You know, I had just come off Devil May Cry 3, which is my favorite Devil May Cry game. This came out, it looked amazing on the PlayStation 3, you know, compared to the PlayStation 2 anyway. And I just wanted to play Dante. I didn't want to play Nero. Who the hell is Nero? Why are you making me play Nero? I want to play Dante. And that's been kind of my problem with Devil May Cry games ever since. Now, I've played 5, and Nero kind of grew on me some, but in this game, I was just pissed off the entire time. I was like, oh crap, because, you know, Metal Gear Solid 2. I wanted to play Dante, and if you were going to put somebody else in there, let me put fucking Trish or Lady or somebody that, you know, I had grown close to. Don't introduce some new guy that I'm supposed to like more than Dante. He's fucking Dante. So, yeah, this game is just, it's fine. It's not bad. It's not great. It's not Devil May Cry 1. It's not Devil May Cry 3. But it's also not Devil May Cry 2 or DMC. So it's fine. You play it, you know, especially if you're a big Devil May Cry fan. See where they introduce Nero. You know, get some more time with Dante. You do get to play him some. Not even half as much. But, you know, it's fine. It's not horrible, but it was a blatant bait and switch, and what can I say? Fine. Coming off of that, Dragon Age Origins. Oh my god, Dragon Age. What can I say about this game? I mean, awesome. Just when BioWare meant something. This game was amazing. Again, with the choices. The dark feel of everything, the grim dark of it. Nah, I don't want to even go in any spoilers here. Hell, I don't even want to go into the intro spoilers. Just when you pick your race, there's a whole thing that for your backstory that is amazing. It could be its own game. Hell, for me, by the time I got to where you get to the game proper, I thought I had played a game. Like it was great. Everything that happens, the characters in this, how you find them, all the relationships in it, how dirty things get with all that's going on, your classes, the different ways you can play. Before they gave you the little wheel of, you know, do you want to be the good guy? Do you want to be the smart ass? Or do you want to be the bad guy? Instead, they just give you dialogue choices and you just kind of pick, you know, what you want to do without it being clear which one's which and which answer is going to get you what points on what track and stuff. Just, yeah, it hasn't aged quite so well. You know, it's a little clunky. It's closer to a PlayStation 2 game than it is to a PlayStation 4 game, but it still holds up, in my opinion, as certainly the best Dragon Age game. There were ones that came later, you know, Dragon Age Inquisition was fine, but this one this was an amazing game, and if you get the chance to play a Dragon Age game, deal with its kind of clunkiness, deal with its graphics, but certainly Dragon Age Origins, man, amazing. Dragon Age 2. It's Dragon Age 2. It's fine, I guess. This was actually what got me to get Dragon Age Origins. A friend of mine was playing through the intro to this. I sat down and watched it, and I thought, oh, that looks interesting. That looks kind of cool. So I went out and picked out, you know, I hadn't played Dragon Age, so I went out and picked out Dragon Age and thought it was amazing, and remembered what I saw my friend playing, picked this up, and it looked 1,000 times better, man. Everything was smoother, it was more action-packed, and then it stalled. That's the best way I can put it. This game just stalls out. You'll have a ton of fun for the first couple hours. After that, it just repeats. My understanding is EA demanded BioWare to come up with a sequel in like less than a year or something like that was their development time. I don't know the whole backstory. That's just what I was reading online at some point. I could be totally wrong, but this game feels like it was rushed. There's only a handful of maps, a handful of enemies. It looks beautiful, but there's nothing to the game. It's the same thing over and over and over and over. You know the map if you're good at 3D awareness as soon as you spawn onto it, because you're like, oh, I'm over here on this map and it's just turned upside down or backwards or something. It's the same things over and over and over and over. Yeah. Play through it, I guess, but really, you can just play Origins, skip Dragon Age 2, play Inquisition, I guess, but really, Dragon Age Origins. Last up here, Star Ocean, The Last Hope. I can honestly say, never played this game. Bought it, put it on the shelf, meant to play it, never turned it on. And such is the story with several of my video games, and quite a few of my board games actually. Bought it, wanted to play it, got busy at work, put it on the shelf. Every once in a while, wipe the dust off on it and go, one of these days. So, can't speak to how good it is, if it's good or bad, or worth the $35 or $32 or however much I paid for it back then. But one of these days I'll get to it. Alright guys, kind of as a follow-up here, because I don't know whenever I would talk about this thing again, I've got a Wii U. Now, the story behind this thing is I picked it up much later, and I got it at a pretty good price, otherwise I wouldn't own this thing at all. So, the Wii U was the follow-up to the Wii, and I can't tell you exactly why this thing failed. I think mostly because there are people I still talk to today that think that this thing is just an add-on to their Wii. Nintendo did not push this thing well. They were still kind of drunk on their success of the Wii and the gazillions of units it sold. And as you can probably guess from all the dust on this thing, I don't play it that much. Now, it was full of kind of neat ideas. This thing was, backwards compatible with the Wii, so on paper it seemed like it was a great idea. Buy this, play your Wii games, the Wii remote works on it, a lot of the apps and stuff, you could watch Netflix or YouTube or whatever on it. The addition of the tablet was a pretty decent idea. For some games, that's all you need. You can just sit and play it on the tablet. So, rather than, you know, you can't really take this thing away from the console. It's not a Switch, but it was sort of a proto Switch where, you know, if somebody was using the TV, you could plug headphones into this thing and play a game on it while they were watching TV or whatever. So it had a lot of utility. It just never picked up. You know, it had a Smash Brothers game for it. Of course, it had Mario Kart 8, Mario Parties, and stuff like that. And like I said, all of the games that were available for the Wii, it just never picked up. And there were games for it, but not exclusives that really forced people to go out and buy it. And because of Nintendo's withered technology fetish, I guess, you know, you couldn't play the top games on it, so it wasn't the cheaper option of, like, you know, PlayStation, Xbox, and then, you know, you could get this and play your Call of Duty or, you know, sports ball game on it. You were never going to be able to play the really popular games, so it was sort of out of its niche. It needed something more. And that also comes to show with the number of games I've got for it. So, Star Fox Zero. This is the only real reason that I have to own the system. And it's not that great of a reason. You know, it's a remake, reimagining of Star Fox 64. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Star Fox 64 is still my favorite Star Fox game. But after the mediocre games for the GameCube, you know, this was a potential return. It just, they added gimmicks to it of aiming with the tablet, and I don't know. It's an okay game, but it's not a system seller, and that's what this console needed. It really needed something, an exclusive to sell, a reason to have this system. And this game just isn't it. The Bayonetta 2, Bayonetta 1 collection here, it's fine. I'm not a huge Bayonetta fan. It's a Devil May Cry like. It's the best way I can say it. And again, there's no real, this doesn't help sell the Wii U. This is on Switch, this is on PlayStation, at least the first one is. And now that it's on Switch, now I will say this, the Wii U version, as you can see here, Bayonetta 1 and 2, physical media. The Switch version, Bayonetta 2 on the cart, Bayonetta 1 download. Yep. So in that, I would say this is superior because I've got both games on media here, but it's still not a reason to have this. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. Okay, this is a reason to own this console, and probably the only reason I haven't sold it is because, well, Twilight Princess, man. This game is awesome. And to have it look nicer and to have the map on the tablet, which is more helpful than you would think, yeah, this was an actual worthy re-release of this game. If this ever comes out for Switch or Switch 2 or whatever, then this thing's not going to be hooked up anymore at all. Right now, it's hooked up for this and Star Fox, and you can see, well, it doesn't get played very much. One of these days, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to play through these two games, and then this thing's probably going in a box somewhere. I don't think I'm going to ever sell it. It's not worth a super lot, and who knows, you know, maybe one of these days it'll be a conversation piece, but more than likely, if these two games ever come out for a better system, then yeah, this thing's going to go into a display case. Am I wrong about that? Are you guys fans of the Wii U? What do you think of these games? Is there any out there that I missed that's a Wii U exclusive that is a system seller? Let me know. What did you think of the PlayStation 3? What do you think of it being the greatest system of all time, with the caveats of if you get a launch one, if it's got the PlayStation 2 hardware built in, if you have it modded? Does that count? Or have you changed it so much and I put so many caveats with it that, yeah, really, I should just go with the PlayStation 2 or Super Nintendo being the best console of all time? Let me know below. And as always, I hope you enjoy the battle reports that are to come. Hello, this is Adam with Dream Made Productions. Thank you for watching my content. It really means a lot that you have given me the chance to entertain you. If you would like to support the channel, please visit my Patreon at patreon.com/DreamMadeProductions, linked below. Also below is a link for PayPal, or links if you would like to send crypto, if that's more your thing. Please know any amount that you give will be cherished and used to upgrade equipment and improve the channel. You can also help the channel by subscribing, turning on notifications, liking, commenting, and sharing my channel with anyone you think might be interested. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you enjoy the battle reps that are to come.